Okay, so let's move on to the more contentious one, and that's the 10-second penalty that was given to Lewis Hamilton for what happened in lap 6, particularly at turn 4. Now, he was let off by the stewards because he didn't use the escape road, which was according to the race director's instructions. That wasn't the problem. The problem was leaving the track and gaining that lasting advantage at turn 4. But it all started, Martin, of course, at turn 1 when Max dived and he got to the apex first, overtaking on the inside, got his front axle alongside the mirror of the other prior to the apex, saying he's fully controlled to the apex. Verstappen on the grass at turn 2. He rejoined after the right hand into turn 3. Hamilton had the momentum alongside him at turn 4, but then locked up on the outside and had to go across the grass. So, well, I mean, when you look at it, and again, I just wonder, Karun put something up earlier today with regards to the 10-second penalty. It didn't feel like it was fair for what it was, but we know that something was put in place and written by the drivers earlier on so that it is a 10-second. However, if there's mitigating circumstances, and maybe we can take this all the way back to turn 1, then perhaps it could have been 5 seconds. That's how it's written in clause 5, by the way. And if you look to the driving standard guidelines, I just wonder where you stand on it. Did you think that 10 seconds was too harsh?
And, well, I think they're two separate incidents down there at turn 4. So you used an interesting word, dive. Max made a dive down the inside because that's mentioned. So you've got the International Sporting Code, you've got the sporting regulations, and then you've got the driver guidelines, V4 of which was issued in February of this year. Read them again just before we did this podcast. And for me, Max had done enough to claim the corner because he has to be alongside Lewis's mirror at the apex. In fact, he was slightly ahead of his front axle. So he owned the corner. He's then entitled to take a normal racing line. He's won that corner. And in a chicane, they will tend to take it based on the first corner, but they may consider apex 2 and apex 3. But generally, it's the first corner where you win the corner, and therefore you probably win the chicane. Now, did he dive? Was it over-optimistic? That's in the regulations. And so this is the grey area where you need a referee to make the decision. You could also call that motor racing. Of course, you've got to dive up the inside somebody to actually overtake them, haven't you? So I think it's very grey, and overall, Lewis left the door open a bit. Max went through it, was under control, didn't lock his front axle up, therefore won the corner and was entitled to take the racing line. So I actually, in the end, I wouldn't have given Max a penalty for that. He then will say, well, I had to go across the corner grass on turn 3 because Lewis came up the inside of me. You can argue, well, did then Lewis claim turn 2 by getting alongside? So it's very difficult. It's very difficult to write, but they are the guidelines. I'm pretty sure Max will know them at least as well as any other driver, if not better. Down into turn 4, Lewis, I don't know why they don't all just go straight on in turn 4, to be honest. Follow the little road, back up a bit on the way out, not to have a lasting advantage. Why they bother taking turns 4 and turns 5, which are really slow, I don't know, because that little road looks really handy. Lewis didn't follow the route, had a big advantage, didn't really go to a lot of trouble to back up, did he, and hand it back again. So right. Either the position or 100 or 2 meters or something. And so unless they're mitigating circumstances, that has to be a 10-second, not a 5-second penalty. So that's my clarity as far as my brain is concerned, but others will not agree, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that escape road's about the width of you could get a bicycle down it, but I'm not sure you could get an F1 car down it. But
you can loosely follow it, can't you? But if you can see it in the grass there.
Yeah, I mean, where do you stand on it, Jacques?
Yeah, deserved penalty. It sounds tough, 10 seconds, and it was a lot in that race. But the problem is, well, you couldn't give the place back to Max, obviously.